I'm back. Rodrance from the Black and White Network. Well, sometimes we have to bring you the repugnant, the offensive, things that you just can't believe when you're listening to it that you actually are hearing. Things that just make you throw up your hands, make you wonder, wow, how poisonous is our society getting right now? And I believe, much like the media is the real virus, you also have other vessels that are passing on various little tangents of poison, especially onto our youth. And it's one reason I think you're seeing a lot of youth out in the streets, burning the streets down. It's the influence of lunatics like the one we're going to talk about today. I'm not sure you can get much more blatantly racist than this. And not only blatantly racist, but pretty unapologetic about it, pretty open about it. And we know in this today's society, if you are a leftist and you're trying to segregate this country by race, you get rewarded for that. Well, that's what this is about, because this person is getting rewarded, at least on an interim basis, for being a blatant racist. There's no other way to put it. This is from the Federalist. I also heard it through Fox News, and I just couldn't believe it, but I don't know why it should surprise me at this point, anything. Professor who says blacks and whites cannot be friends, promoted to dean at Emerson College. Wow. Professor Kim McClarin has a history of writing racially divisive essays. She was nominated to be the next interim dean of graduate and professional studies at Boston's Emerson College. Emerson College, a liberal arts college in Boston, has nominated creative writing professor Kim McClarin to be the next interim dean of graduate and professional studies. McClarin is a racial segregationist who doesn't believe that whites and blacks can be friends, and divorced her husband because of his race. Now, in case you're wondering, this is Kim McClarin right here. Okay, so just so you'll have a frame of reference of who we're talking about, William Gilligan, Emerson College interim president, announced McClarin's acceptance of the position last month. McClarin will begin her new role January 1, 2022. Can you imagine that we are in a place where you are literally rewarded for blatant and open racism? That is what is now happening. If you've got a child, I would heavily start pushing them towards trade courses, different trade things to be able to earn a living. There's a lot of different trades out there, but these liberal universities are going to poison your children. McClarin is known for her racially divisive anti-white rhetoric. In 2019, she wrote an article for the Washington Post entitled, "Can Black and White Women Be True Friends?" She writes that black women and white women will never be able to, quote, have true friendships. Generally speaking, it's not that I dislike white women. Generally speaking, it's that I do not trust them. Generally speaking, most black women don't, she observes. McClarin claims that many black women have decided to cut ties with white people due to their racial differences. Imagine cutting ties over the color of skin. This is, in fact, the definition of racism. White women are just, quote, too much trouble to be around, they told her. What does that mean exactly? Some specifics would be great. In her separate article, the New York Times, McClarin shows her anti-white hate is not limited solely to white women. She states she will not date any man who is white. This piece was published in September of 2006, just after McClarin divorced her ex-husband, who is white. She admits that her ex-husband's race played a significant role in her decision to end the relationship. Wow, okay. Less than a month before her nomination, McClarin wrote an article for The Sun magazine entitled, "On White Violence, Black Survival, and Learning to Shoot." Okay, so we're blatantly calling for violence. If a civil war breaks out, this is her quote, "I say if violent white mobs begin roaming the country, As they have done in the past, I will not worry about precision shooting. I intend to sit on my porch with my legally acquired handgun and as much ammunition as I have and perhaps a bottle of scotch and take them as they come. I say as much to my husband. My husband, understandably, is shocked. He's not sure he believes me. I'm pretty sure he should. Wow. That's crazy. In an article she wrote in the last days of Barack Obama's presidency, she claimed that the black-white buddy films, the best black friend in sitcoms, and the most Morgan Freeman movies are tools for white America to remain at the center of black consciousness. Let's get to her double standard. McClarin's nomination came only a few weeks after Emerson College suspended Turning Point USA from campus. The Right of Center Student Club, where I serve as a chapter president, was accused of bias-related behavior for criticizing the Chinese Communist Party. Wow. The organization has been handing out stickers that said China kinda sus in reference to the Chinese government. The stickers depicted a character from the game, quote, Among Us, and the symbol of the Chinese Communist Party, which should make it obvious it was referring to no one other than the authoritarian government of China. Gilligan released a public statement calling for the stickers anti-Asian bigotry and announcing that Emerson College would investigate Turning Point USA. The investigation concluded that the stickers did not target anyone other than the Chinese government, but that handing them out had a discriminatory effect given the persuasive environment of anti-Asian discrimination that has developed over the past several years. Many students are now calling out Gilligan's hypocrisy for weaponizing racism when it comes to targeting students, but turning a blind eye to McClarin's racially divisive rhetoric. Okay, so now we have a point where somebody decided to call out China. Oh, but that's considered racist against Asians. But we're not only going to ignore McClarin's racist and, let's be honest, just violent rhetoric here, but we're going to promote her as well. We're going to reward her. We're going to move her up the food chain because she blatantly calls out white people and says, hey, white people cannot be friends. I always thought the point was we were trying to come closer together as a nation. And this is exactly why we can't come together in our politics. I'll get to that in a second. An Emerson College student who preferred to remain anonymous commented on the issue. I do not agree with everything Turning Point USA stands for, but as a member of the LGBT community, I believe students should have the right to criticize governments that send homosexuals to concentration camps. Attacking people for the color of their skin is not right, and history has repeatedly shown this. Emerson College was asked to comment on this article, but they did not. So, I mean, look, this is racism that's blatantly out in the open. It's on your college campuses. Let's not get confused that it's just Emerson College, okay? This is all over the country. I'm pretty sure this kind of thing is even in a large university, a lot like the University of Texas right here in Texas. Why do I think that? Because Austin has become a liberal shithole, okay? And a lot of that's got to do with that university and the students they've got on campus that has been influenced by liberal professors like McClarin. Okay, now, I've read a couple of different things involving her and the fact that CRT may have actually played a role in her further development into the racist individual that you see before you now. Okay? In other words, at some point, she didn't quite feel this way, or she wouldn't have ever married a white man. But she did. And then something, as she continuously got poisoned by a racist thought process, caused her to look over at her white husband and decided she hated him. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. As somebody that is not only very good friends with many black people, but John Matrix is one of my best friends. I own a very successful multimedia business with this person. I trust John, okay? It's the exact opposite of what this person is telling you that people are capable of. It's lunacy. It's dangerous. I will continue to say, I'm not sure I'm automatically pushing kids into college anymore because of things like this. They go to school, they come out with a poisonous mindset, and next thing you know, they're in Antifa burning down the country. Okay? I'm not trying to be hyperbolic in that or get you triggered, but it is what it is. We're seeing this happen, and it's because of this thought process. Crazy. Dangerous. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network fans. Wow. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.